And welcome back, students. Let's go ahead and jump into the next and final lesson on inheritance basics. Let's just have a quick example with the enhanced string tokenizer. So getting started, inheritance allows you to reuse the code written for a base class in a derived class, and it lets you reuse it without copying or even seeing the code in the base class. So let's just look at an example here, because this means that among other examples, if one of the standard Java library classes does not have all the methods you want it to have, you can, in most cases, define a derived class that has the desired additional methods. All right, so for this example, we're going to look at the string tokenizer. So if you recall, we used the string tokenizer back in Programming 1, I believe it was Chapter 4 when we first talked about classes. And pretty much we used to tokenize a string, pretty much to pull out the words in it. Each token was then separated by the delimiters, which by default are just white space characters. Alright, so string tokenizer. The string tokenizer class allowed us to generate all tokens in a string one time, but sometimes we want to cycle through the tokens a second or a third time. There are lots of ways to accomplish this. For example, you can use the string tokenizer constructor 2 or more times to create 2 or more string tokenizer objects. However, rather than having to code that out each and every time, it would be cleaner and more efficient if we could just use it with one string tokenizer object. Obviously, you might be thinking of how this could be done. Sounds like a job for a loop because we wanted to be able to do things over and over again. So the enhanced string tokenizer class, therefore, is a derived class of the string tokenizer class that allows you to cycle through the tokens in a string any number of times. So the class enhanced string tokenizer behaves exactly the same as the string tokenizer class, except the class enhanced string tokenizer has one additional method named tokens so far. The method has no parameters and returns an array of strings containing all the tokens that have been so far returned by the methods named nextToken. After an object of the class enhanced string tokenizer has gone through all the tokens with the methods nextToken, it can invoke the method tokens so far to produce an array containing all the tokens. This array then can be used to cycle through the tokens any number of additional times, and a simple example is given in the enhanced string tokenizer demo. So before we pop over to the next slide, let me just go here. So this is the enhanced string tokenizer right here. And you can see that we are importing the string tokenizer class. And then we are deriving, because we're extending right here. So this, the string tokenizer is a built-in class in Java. So when we extend this, we're pretty much creating our own derived class. So here we have a private string array. We have an int called count, so we can keep track of the counts. Then here's our method public enhanced string tokenizer, string the string. Super the string, so we want to inherit the string call from the super class here. And then we have a new string, count tokens. Count is set to 0. And then we have public enhanced string tokenizer, string to string, string delimiters. So this is where you would pass if you had any delimiters. So super the string delimiters. Again, these are pulling down from the string tokenizer class. A new string, count tokens. Count is equal to 0. All right, then here is our next token methods. So this one right here returns the value the same than a string tokenizer, but it also stores the data for the methods token so far used. So you see it's keeping track of the count for each token. And then here you can see as well, array of count is equal to token, count plus, return token. And then lastly down here, we have the new method token so far, which returns the array of all tokens produced so far. Array return has a length equal to the number of tokens produced so far. Right. So the class enhanced string tokenizer has methods such as count tokens that inherits from the unchanged from the class string tokenizer. The class enhanced string tokenizer also has 2 methods, namely methods called nextToken, which methods definitions are overwritten as I just showed. From the outside, the methods named nextToken of the class enhanced string tokenizer behave exactly the same as the methods named nextToken in the class string tokenizer. So just from you could say just calling them, they function exactly the same using nextToken. However, each of the 2 methods named nextToken of the class enhanced string tokenizer also save the tokens in an array instance variable A so that the array of tokens can be returned by the method token so far. The method token so far is only completely a new method in the derived class. And that right here is what we just saw. It's this one right here. You'll notice that the definitions of the methods named nextToken each include an invocation of super.nextToken, which is the version corresponding to the method nextToken in the base class string Tokenizer. Right, that was these right here. Each overridden version of the method nextToken uses the method super.nextToken to produce the token it returns. But before returning the token, it stores the token in the array instance variable A. The instance variable count contains a count of the number of tokens stored in the array instance variable A. Alright, and that's it. And so let's just take a look at the demo here so you can see how that works. So here I am using the very similar approach. I have a keyboard object. I tell it to enter a sentence. Here's my keyboard.nextLine. Then I call the enhanced string tokenizer, word factory, new enhanced string tokenizer sentence. System out of the print line, your sentence with extra blanks deleted. So it says while word factory that has more tokens. System out of the print line, word factory that token. And then it goes and does that. Each sentence is now out in a separate line. Remember before, if I wanted to do the next token, I would have to call, a next token each time I wanted to process that string. But now, because of the while loop, if I enter a sentence, let me just say, how are you? Alright, the sentence with extra blanks deleted, so notice it deleted out those blanks there. Sentence with each word in separate line, how are you? If I run this again and add in those extra spaces, so I'll just do the same one, how are you? Alright, you can see that it still deletes out the extra blanks. But then we get each word on a separate line, how are you? Alright, now you'll notice that this right here, with the extra blanks deleted, you'll notice it's because there's no space right here. So if I add a space and rerun this, you'll see that it keeps those in there. Alright, other than that, folks, that's going to wrap it up for today. And until next time.